All right, fellas, I thought I'm going to add on a little extension to the video that I did about the beast archetype, about how to deal with women, push and pull. I forgot to miss out a key detail, which is this, and I want you to pay attention to what I'm saying, and I want it to resonate with you in your soul, okay? This is going to go against everything you've ever thought about. It's going to go against everything you've ever been told about women. All right. The beast is a bad listener. I'll say that again. The beast is a bad listener. Now, let me tell you something, fellas. One of my superpowers in this life is my ability to listen. I'm very empathetic, and one of my strongest strengths is my ability to listen. I'm more than listening to the words. I'm reading your body language. I'm feeling your spirit. I'm using neuroception. I'm in your nervous system. I'm really, really tuned in to what's going on. I'm a very, very good listener. If you've worked with me and stuff like that, you'll know I'm a really, really good listener. All right, but let me tell you something. It is a little bit impossible for me to listen to women. It is a little bit impossible. 9 times out of 10, these women are talking about some stuff that I could not care less about. They're talking about some stuff that is waffle to me. In general, I have a low tolerance for women. The beast has a low tolerance for women. This is something women just understand. You got to understand this comes deep from their soul. They are attracted to that. They understand that. They understand that the types of man that they're attracted to, the high value man in their eyes, he actually has a very low tolerance for them and for women in general. Why? Because they come with codependency and they come with a lot of crap. Nothing more
icky than a man walking out of Pizza Hut with a cheese pizza in his hand. Like, he's...
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up, shut the fuck up, shut the fuck!
They come with a lot of uninteresting things. All right, and so all you guys need to understand is the beast is a bad listener. I listen to about 40% of the things women in general tell me. 40% in general. My mom, my daughter, the women I deal with. I try to listen to my sisters and the things that they say. To be fair, they're all older than me. You know, they've got this certain dynamic. They've had this power dynamic on me since I was young. So I try to listen to what they say, and they get a little bit more aggy if I'm not listening. Well, but to everything else, I don't listen because you're just saying some stuff. All right. So with the beast, the woman understands that the beast is not listening to 60% of the things that she's saying. Fellas, I need you to really understand this. I really need you to understand this, right? The beast is listening to 40% of what they're saying. And in general, fellas, when you are like this, what happens is that the beast actually, because the woman knows that the beast is only taking in 40% of what she's saying, it really reduces the woman's desire to play games with you, really reduces the woman's desire to manipulate you, because it requires so much of your attention. In order for a woman to successfully manipulate you, you need to be very emotionally available and very in tune to the things that they're saying and very in tune to their feelings. You have to take these things very seriously. Non-beast archetype men take the things women say way too seriously. Way too seriously. I coach guys all of the time. The woman done something, the fella's telling me, oh, what does this mean? And I have to tell him, fella, you're paying attention to so many things I would never, ever pay attention to. What does this mean? Who cares? Who cares? Stop reading into her too much. It goes against you, fellas. Right? This is the reason why women are so big about, oh, I just want a man that listens. Fellas, don't fall into the trap. You need to listen to what is required. You need to listen in a different type of a way. You don't want to listen to her. You don't want to listen to her spirals. This is how she consumes you. You really need to have a filter. What is useful information is what is unuseful information. If you think for 1 second that goes against you, you are so bloody wrong. This is attractive. Women are attracted to it. She will feel your power. It's like a power play. Have you guys ever had a boss that listens to 40% of the things that you say? I have. I've had all types of bosses that listen to 40% of the things that I say. Unless it's crucial information. Crucial information said concisely, your boss switches off. Right? This is how you've got to be with women. I promise you, fellas, if you regulate yourself correctly, if you do all the right things, if you put yourself out there in this life, if you get that testosterone levels high, if you get them androgen levels high, you're going to have this filter. This filter's going to be so strong in you. This filter that filters information. What is useful information and what is not? 9 times out of 10, a woman is not saying useful information. All right? The beast is a bad listener, but he listens to the crucial information. You don't want to be incapable of listening, You don't want to be incapable of listening, because that goes against you. That goes against you. But you just need to know what to listen to. The woman is not going to be littering you. Well, she's going to be littering you with all types. You got to learn how to differentiate. You got two things. I'm going to do a whole video on this. You got to differentiate between music and noise. Not only does your voice needs to be an instrument that is always producing music and never noise, because noise is irritating. You got to have this filter within you as well that is listening to music and it's filtering out the noise. This really conditions the woman, fellas. I want you guys to understand how much this conditions the woman. It makes women kind of be on their toes around you. It makes them very cognizant of what they're saying and doing. I'm telling you, and this is just another way that how the masculine man and the beast aids in a woman's growth and development. I promise you, this is the biggest. These are the reasons why women are so attracted to the beast and these masculine men. They force these women to grow. Because when a woman is dealing with a man like this, she's not good enough. She's just not good enough. Like, what are you talking about? You talking some nonsense. Talking incoherently. Skipping from this conversation to this conversation. If I'm talking to a woman, the first skip, I'm gone. If I'm talking to you and your intro's too long, I'm gone. You're going to see my eyes float away to something else. You're going to see me pick up my phone. Your intro's too long. I know I make really long intros, so be quite hypocritical. But your intro's too long. You ain't got the intro, the main, and the end of the story. I can't do it. You know the ones there? You're talking. You got the intro. You're talking about all the fam. I can't listen to it. It's noise. And what we do is you train a woman to stop producing noise. You train her to start producing sound. And this thing works. It works. What you'll realize the women around you, they become more interesting. They kind of figure you out. They become more interesting. What the woman figures out over time is to not emotionally outsource everything onto you. This is one of the biggest advantages of the beast archetype. The woman does not emotionally outsource everything on to the beast, because she just knows it's futile. This is why I always say, as a beast archetype, you qualify for the beast archetype when a woman identifies you as uncivilized. That's how you'll qualify for it. And she'll stop emotionally outsourcing all of this crap onto you. She'll go to her mum. She'll go to her sister. She'll go to some kind of woman. She'll go to a woman for it. Now, you might think, yeah, but what if she goes to a man? No. She actually respects and she feels your masculine presence. So she knows, okay, if I want these other things, I'm going to have to go to a woman. And deep this. Even if she goes on to another man to try and get this from them, if the man gives it to her, she won't respect that man, because she's going to be doing a comparative analysis between both men. She's going to be like, this guy is subservient. That's why he's like this, is because he's a bit of a bitch. He's just listening to me waffle. He's so invested. Like, has he got any options? I like a beast. All right. So she learns to emotionally outsource these things onto other women. When I'm dealing with women all of the time, sometimes they're saying some stuff to me about, listen, have you not got no friends? Have you not got a sister? Have you not got a mum to say this stuff to? You know me, I'm a big man out here. You know, I cannot be hearing this for 40 minutes from you. You know, I love you and I think you're beautiful, but you're chatting mad shit, right? this is just the thing. But you need the ability, when a woman is producing music, you get that listening, because at the end of the day, the woman is very important, that a woman feels seen, heard, and understood by you. It is important. It's a need that we all need. Seen, heard, and understood. Especially understood. To be fair, she doesn't even really need to feel heard. Let me take heard away. Let me take heard out. Right? These are rewards. She doesn't even need to be heard. She needs to be understood. Very important. This is where your empathy comes in play. The woman might be saying all of this shit, and if you're a man, you're empathetic, you'll know she's chatting shit. What does she want? She wants a kiss and she wants a hug. She's just chatting shit. She don't want all of that. She wants a kiss and a hug. She wants you to put your phone down and spend some time with her. Right? Like, the woman just wants to be understood, if that makes sense. The heard aspect, women don't communicate directly anyway. You don't need to hear them like that, man. I swear to God. You don't need to hear them like that. This is a big thing. Okay? A lot of you guys, you listen way too much. You don't understand how much you're validating. Just listen to me, fellas. A lot of you guys look into the woman's eyes way too much. A lot of your bodies facing the woman's direction way too much. A lot of your ears are listening to everything the woman is saying. These things communicate really high levels of interest and investment. I don't think you guys actually quite understand that. It goes against you. You guys do it too much. You do it too much. Right? Like, you guys think it's these big things. It's not these big things. It's these little things. You know, I see it in you guys all of the time. I see guys all the time. They're around their missus. They're around a girl that they like. All in their face. The woman's body's turned to another direction. You're all trying to catch that eye contact. Too intimate. Too intimate. You're just intimate all the time. You're just straight eye contact. You're communicating a desire for intimacy all of the time. You got to train your missus better. I'll be with a woman, I can't really be bothered to catch bare eye contact, you know, to be fair. But then when she starts doing some sexy shit, when she starts doing some stuff, I got a whole bunch of eye contact for her. 100%, I promise you. This is how you train a woman. Right? After she sucked my dick for 40 minutes, all of a sudden I have a desire to listen to her, look her in the eyes, face her. She's sucking my dick, I'll listen to 80% of what she says. If I had my dick sucking a while, it's going to go back down to like 40%. Right? So you've got to understand it's very, very subtle. It's very subtle. A lot of you guys are extra. You do big things. All right? But this is the big thing you've got to understand. The beast is not a great listener. He only listens to music. You got to understand, fellas, this is what actually will encourage a woman to change her voice and to talk to you in her soft voice. You can condition a woman to talk to you in a certain type of way. It's all conditioning. But remember, you're never one-dimensional with a woman. If you just take this advice in a one-dimensional way and you just don't listen to women, they're not going to like you. You need to represent vitality. You need to represent the sun. The sun passes on his vitality to everyone who orbits him. You need to make this woman feel good. You need to make this woman feel your energy. So you need to be a man of energy. You need to be fun. You need to be playful. Not all of the time, but you need to be fun and playful. You need a balance. You need a balance, right? You know, but then at the same time, when the woman is talking shit, when she's producing noise and not music, don't enable the noise. That's not good for you. That's going to dysregulate you. And you're also enabling bad behavior, bad technique, bad approach from the woman. The woman needs to actually understand she needs technique, she needs finesse, and she needs to approach you in the right way. Look at yourself as, in many ways, fellas, you need to look at yourself as like a lion. This is how I want people to perceive me in this life, not just women. I like people perceiving me like a lion, right? Even if you've got something good to give me. Imagine if you had a leg of a goat in your hand and you want to give this to the lion. You're not just running up to the lion and just giving him the leg goat like that. No, you're going to be approaching the lion, respecting its privacy, respecting its boundaries. You're already coming with the right body language, with the right tonality. You're not running up on it, right? Hey there, Mr. Lion. Hope you're doing well. I've got this tasty piece of leg goat to give to you, you know, so I'm just going to give it to you. Hey, I don't mean any danger. All right, here's the leg goat. You're going to give this leg goat to the lion in a mindful way, in a way to where you are cognizant of the things that could go wrong. This is the energy you need to exude. And you can simply do this by teaching her without words. Even you don't have to use words. You can subtly use your subcommunications to teach the people around you how to behave and how to act. This brings the best out of people, because what you want with your woman, with you, the woman may be able to be superficial and to be meaningless and to be pointless with everybody else. But when it comes to you, you want her to be on her A game, not in a way that gives stress and anxiety, in a way that promotes focus and concentration, mindfulness, presence. You want your woman to be like that. This is the masculine presence women are talking about. If a woman can deal with you and she doesn't have to be cognizant of how she's acting and behaving around you, then she's not going to feel your power. She's not going to feel your masculinity. She's not going to feel your masculine edge or your spirit. These are the things that make the woman say to herself, I like him, but I don't feel much for him. You know, when you're living with a woman as well, these are the balances that you need to have. These are the dynamics that you need to have. So the woman always feels your independence, even though she's around you all of the time. This is how we trained a woman. Do you get it? It's a mixture of words, but it doesn't have to be words. When a woman is making noise, your body language will show. Sometimes, actually, if you love your woman and you're being empathetic, sometimes you don't use the words to communicate these things. You can say nice words, but all of your other actions and behaviors, your body language, your eye contact, your tonality is communicating to her, you're chatting shit. Or this is annoying me. Or I'm drifting away now. You have to learn how to drift away. This is a massive aspect of the push and pull dynamics. How to drift away. Because many times you want to pull away in a subtle nature. You know, when you're able to drift away, you know, she's just going to be like, something's not right here. What do I need to change to correct this balance? To get him where I want him to be again. You know, so you can do this with your listening, eye contact, listening, intimacy. You can subtly condition the woman to behave in the ways that you want her to behave through these subtle things. Do not over-validate women. Do not over-approve of women, because if you do that, then she's got nothing to work towards, nothing to fix, nothing to correct. You want your woman to be in a state of using her initiative with you, constantly using her initiative with you. When you're texting a woman and she replies to you something that you can't reply to, she just says K or LOL, you know, she's testing you. She's testing to see if I can get you to use your initiative. In a power dynamic, in an intersexual dynamic, there's usually one person who is using their initiative. There's always just one person who's using their initiative. You're both not using your initiative. And this is a way the woman tests to see who's using their initiative with who. If you come up with a way to keep that conversation going, if you come up with a way to keep the vitality in that conversation going, you've actually failed a test. Because she'll know, she'll be like, how much initiative did he use to continue this conversation? It's anti-seductive. It's anti-seductive. Right? In those moments there, what you're supposed to do when she replies with something dead is not reply. Leave that conversation until later on. 9 times out of 10, she will message you. She will message you if she's got any interest in you whatsoever. And if you're trying to grow that interest subtly, then you can re-message her way later. Don't fail that test. You want to seduce the woman into using her own initiative, because whoever is using their initiative is the person who is really is fixated on that dynamic, is concerned with growing that dynamic, is concerned with the outcome of what's going on with that establishment that you've established together. And you want her to do that, and you can do these things very easily. If you get all of your subtle cues correctly, this is game, fellas. This is high level game. This is master level game. You want to act subtly. Everything is subtle with women. Everything is subtle with women. This is how you condition a woman to experience validation with small things. Your warmth, your touch, your intimacy, your presence, access to you. When you can't do these things correctly, the only way that you can get women to experience validation is for you doing big things. And when you're doing big things, you're actually failing her test, and she's going to lose her attraction to you. She's going to lose that seduction to you, because the truth is she wants to do big things to earn your validation. All right, so that's the balance. You want to seduce her doing big things to earn small little pieces of your validation. Treats. You want her to do good tricks, a triple backflip to get a small treat. And you want that small treat to feel massive to her. Right, this is why I said my eye contact, my sustained eye contact is of more value than a rich man buying his woman a Bentley, A rich man with no game buying his woman a Bentley. My eye contact is of higher value. This woman who's done so many things to earn my consistent gaze. She's had to use her initiative. She's had to say some funny things. She's had to do some research on me. Figure out, what do I like to talk about? What gets my interest up? What gets my eyes big? What makes my eyes dilate? She's going to have to figure those out. And I said in the previous video, a woman who's attractive, she'll use her initiative with her body. So she'll sexually objectify herself to captivate your interest, right? And then over time, she's going to want to captivate your interest in different ways. She's going to want to captivate your interest intellectually, in just different types of ways. She's going to want to try to captivate your interest. And you want her to use her initiative to find these ways out. The woman is incredibly seductive. The woman has so much seduction tools, and she feels feminine and excited and a sense of accomplishment when she's able to use what she has to influence you in the ways that she would like to influence you. So you got to give her the stage and the performance for her to do so. The truth of the matter is, us men, we don't like Jestermaxxing. The woman actually loves to Jestermaxx, but for the right man, but for the man who provides her the stage for her to perform. She loves it. These are the things that get her juices flowing. These are the things that increase her experience of sex. Sex is not just the physical. It's all of the things that happen before the physical, during the physical. It's not just the physical. You can have great rod, but if you don't have all of the other things going, you're not a 10. You're not giving her a 10 out of 10 experience. An orgasm is not just the physical. It's all of the other things. All of the other things. Things that are going through her mind. It's the things that are going through her mind. Remember, also on top of all of those things as well, when a woman is having sex, it's a very narcissistic experience. She's really completely thinking about herself. So how much attention and how much you're pouring into her, how much you are worshipping her, it can't just be an easy thing. It's got to be something that is earned even outside of the bedroom. Does all of this make sense, my brothers? Oh, actually, before I go, a man, the higher level of testosterone, I think testosterone is the right hormone. The higher the testosterone levels, the more you hate noise. As men, we have this built-in thing to where noise triggers anger within us. This is built for both women and children. It's a natural response. This is actually what motivates the man to stop the noise. It's what motivates the man to get up and stop children making noise. This is what motivates him to discipline children and to manage his household, because it motivates the man to manage the noise levels around him. As a man, you're supposed to have a big aversion to noise. A big aversion to noise. All right, as I said, it's there to discipline and manage women, and it's there to discipline and manage children. And when you don't have this, when you have this big tolerance for noise, it communicates poor hormonal regulation and poor hormonal distribution. It does. It really, really does. When you don't regulate noise correctly. This is a man thing. So you're supposed to do it. And when you don't do it, it actually communicates like a lack of leadership qualities within you. Because women don't have that. A woman, fellas, when you have children with a woman, you'll be so surprised the amount of noise they can tolerate. The amount of chaos they can tolerate. The amount of absolute craziness they can tolerate. They can tolerate a crazy level of noise, yap, crying, all of these things. Have a child with a woman. I swear to God. Especially a woman who's regulated. Jesus Christ. She could just deal with that crying at nighttime. She deals with that crying at nighttime. I can't deal with a baby crying at nighttime. I can't deal with noise at nighttime. I can't deal with noise. I need silence. We need silence and solitude. There's a reason why men typically have a cave. Go off to a place that isn't noisy. You don't sacrifice these things for women. You're going to fail her tests. You don't sacrifice that for women. You need to have this aversion to noise. And then at the same time, though, you need to have this appreciation and this attraction to music. Things that sound nice. And you need to condition the woman about this. So I'm around some of you guys, the bass of some of your misses, the noise some of your misses makes. Your missus be chatting shit fast and loud with a goofy voice, and you're just there smiling. I'm just like, I don't know how you can even tolerate that.
Nothing more icky than a man walking out of Pizza Hut with a cheese pizza in his hand. Like, he's...
I go around to some of your houses,
Shut the fuck up.
and your kid is banging upstairs. There's all of this noise around you. You're just out here tolerating all that noise. It communicates bad things to other people, fellas. And remember, as I said, you yourself, you got to represent the same thing. Don't produce noise. Produce music. But it takes a lot of self-control, a lot of discipline. Don't produce noise. So the things that come out of your mouth as well, it can't be noise. It's got to be music. You've got to be the same way as well. And for my neurodivergent people as well, a lot of your voices are monotone. You know, so it's like, I think you guys understand this, and you don't want to make noise, so you have that self-control, and you're conscious of the words that are coming out of your mouth, but it's flat. You know, one thing I was blessed with is that I don't have a monotone voice. I've got loads of inflections in my voice, loads of dynamics. Do you understand what I'm saying? I'm very expressive. My tonality changes throughout every sentence. You know, that keeps people's ears captivated. Or when I'm speaking to a woman, my voice, it's music. It's music to them. It's an instrument. I can make someone listen for hours because the way I'm speaking, forget about the words, forget about the topic. The way I'm speaking, it's captivating an eardrum. You understand what I'm saying? It's captivating eardrums. So for my dons, because I know a lot of neurodivergent people are monotone. Me, I'm very much attracted to beautiful neurodivergent women. I scout them and I claim them, right? But a lot of them are monotone. Like, I'm really trying my best to try and listen, you know. I'm trying. I told you, after I received some head, all of a sudden I've got this greater capacity to listen to women. And I'm trying to listen because you deserve it. But it's just one flat. It's just a flat tone. My eardrums, I can't do it. I can't listen to the talk. You're talking at the same pitch. It's boring. No matter what you're saying, if it's monotone, it's boring. And I hear a lot of the man them speaking like this as well. And I feel sorry for you guys the most, my monotone brethren, because people are not listening to you. No one wants to listen to the same flat tone. So you're going to have to do something about that. I don't know if it's possible to do something about that, just like it's impossible for me to speak monotone. I think if you can only speak monotone, I don't think it's possible. Like, you can't be engaging. Do you understand what I'm saying? You can't be engaging. You're more limited. And what you're limited is one-liners. But if you get this correct, if you're monotone and you can't change it, just because you're neurodivergent, I'm neurodivergent as well, I can't change my up and down way of speaking, then you need to master the one-liners, right? There is a way for you to do this, but you need to upgrade your wit onto another level to compensate for your one-tone talking. You know, like, I can't remember what it's called, but what they call the Spartans. I can't remember what it's called, but they had a name for this communication practice about men. And basically with the men, it was that men had to say few words, but men had to just say few words. This was a big thing. You would be reprimanded, you would be ostracized, bad things will happen to you if you was a guy who spoke a lot. And what this would actually do is this would encourage the quality of the words these men and these boys would say. These men and these boys were very witty, very funny. These guys had really good one-liners. I can't remember what it was called, but they were very witty and very funny. They were known for their one-liners because they had the self-control and the discipline to cut down the sounds coming out of their mouth. There was no noise allowed to come out of these boys and men's mouth, and it taught them, so every time they would speak, it would be music. People would react to what's coming out of their mouth. This is why you can't be a yapper, fellas. Can't be a yapper. You have to have some self-control. You can't just be yapping out here. All right? And for you guys who think that I'm yapping, shut up, man. Please continue to like the page. Please. I'm loving all of it. It's helping me. It's inspiring me, honestly. Thank you guys so much. Please continue, leave a like, leave a comment, sign up for one-on-one coaching. I'm going to get back to everybody I've not been able to get back to. I'm already dedicated to helping my current clients, you know, and then as soon as a little bit of capacity opens up, bing, I'm going to get back to you. I'm going to enroll you guys, all right? I'm not ignoring you guys. I just focus so much in my work. And as soon as I get round to you, I'm going to be pouring into you in the same types of ways. All right. Thank you guys so much. Have a great day.